Hello, fabulous doll people. Take 3. So I'm gonna do like this is like a little catch-up video. Today's my last day all by myself before my daughter and my niece come home, and I want to do doll stuff, which I have been doing. I had a very productive day. I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, the 13th, April 13th. I did half days, and then I have Thursday and Friday off. So the first couple of days I did half days. I didn't do a whole lot. Like, I think, well, the first day I was like really, really stressed out about leaving the dogs, and then I'm fasting, and I can have liquids from sun up to sundown, and I was like dying, and so my way to combat this was I started having the very frou-frou, over-the-top blended coffee drinks that I used to drink a ton of back in the day, but I don't anymore. And they were, I think, just tanking my blood sugar, because in the afternoon I'd get super tired, which is what used to happen back in the day before my blood sugar was under control. And it took me a couple days to kind of think, because when you are tired from that and you lay down, you don't feel better. So I would take a nap, and then I'd wake up and I just felt cruddy. And I thought it was because I can't eat till 7:38 whenever the sun goes down. And so I thought we were just getting tired because you're hungry. But now I think it was because my blood sugar was just getting high. So today I was proactive. I came home, I tested it, and it was high. And I just had that thing. Took a shot. I feel pretty good. I don't have to be to work tomorrow, which is nice. And, you know, I'm going to lose my me time. So now all of a sudden I'm like, I have to do my own things. Yesterday I legit sat on my couch and watched the entire second season of Bridgerton. And a movie. So that's what I did yesterday. So anyway, today I've been doing a lot of doll stuff. My biggest news, which is not good news, but I missed out on getting my sanity. I could not pull the funds together. Well, I could have. It was just really bad timing. The original plan was I was going to put the deposit down with my daughter's credit card. And then her and my niece went to California. They're going to Disneyland. They're going to SeaWorld. And I think it was more of a crunch for my daughter. And so I had thought, oh, I could put that deposit down, still with the credit card, but because we're going to a shop, or PayPal lets you do pay in 4. So like I could do that. It won't be as big of a hit on her credit card right now when she's using it. And then that's fine with me too. But I came up with this idea, like, was it Sunday was the pre-order? It's like Saturday night, and I couldn't get a hold of her, and by the time I did, it was, you know, closed. Even though that pre-order was open for quite a while, compared to past ones. Like, I didn't stock it all day, but I stocked it for a while, and I still could have had the chance to get it all. So it wasn't that, you know, I couldn't get in on the order. I just couldn't do it. So I was really bummed about it, honestly. Like, I had kind of a bummer weekend anyway. So, and then that one on top of it was kind of like we didn't get to go to Republic. And at the time, I was kind of, not that I didn't want to go, but obviously, because then I was upset that I didn't go. But I was worried about my kid's dog and everything. But then when I had thought, oh, well, we're going, and we couldn't, I was like, that's a bummer. We haven't really done anything like forever and ever. But, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. But the two things together, I was like, ugh. I was feeling really sorry for myself. And then I almost did a video. Wouldn't that have been fabulous for you guys if I had a full-on sorry for myself video? But my plan was, Cookie, get away from the doll. No, go away. No. Was to message her and say, hey, I missed the pre-order. Do you have any idea when the next one's going to be? And do you know what sculpts they're going to be? Because a lot of times, if you do that, sometimes they'll say, oh, you can go ahead and order a doll. Or they'll say, I had a couple, they paid the deposit, and they've already said it's not going to be able to happen, and you can have their spot. It never hurts to ask. Like, if you miss out on a pre-order or an order, or if you go in and it shows the doll sold out, and you message them and say, hey, you don't have to have any of these left. Sometimes they do. So it never hurts to ask. But then when I went on her site, she had a full schedule for 2022. Well, let me just tell you something right now. I wish every doll company and every doll artist did that. Like, is fantastic. Like, I mean, to the month. And then what she has right now for August, which is her next original pre-order, is Crave. Now, will it stay? I don't know, because Crave was, I think, what they had last August. I hope so, because Crave is the number one sculpt that I want right now. I think Sanity is next, and then I like Nerve. I don't like Breath. I don't like the teeth, which is funny because that's what the vampire head is, I think. The original sculpt is Breath. I'm not going to get one of those. But the other three, those are my three, but Crave is my top, and especially for the demon girl, she's got this really kind of pouty, her and Sanity have the kind of hooded eyes, which just look like they're scheming to me, which is just perfect for a demon girl. So anyway, so then I was no longer bummed out about it at all. I was kind of excited. And then still waiting on Dolk. I think I might message them because I don't know. The question that I have is my Peakswoods girl still considered pre-order? Because if they give you layaway on something, and so here's your pre-order, and then I had 6 months layaway, and I think it took me like a month longer, so that's 7 months. So people are getting these dolls. People are getting these dolls. They've had these dolls. They have them for sale. So I feel like they would already have the doll. So I don't know if that's going to still count as a pre-order. So I'm going to message them and find out. And then my Mandasu BJD horns for my Fairyland Miwa are on their way. I'm super excited. She'll be done. Unless I decide to get her wings, which I considered. I think though for her I would get like small resin wings and not the big wings that I get. I want to say her name is Amy Schuler. She's got the eBay store on Etsy, which I'll link because I mentioned it. So, and they're great. Like I love them. It's nothing against the wings, but they're huge. Like that doll is gonna have to be in the back of the case behind everybody else to make room for these giant like dinosaur-sized wings. And then I still got the Fairyland order from Denver Doll. I really wanted to pay it off early, but I just don't see it happening. I mean, I've just been having one financial disaster after the next. Everybody that's involved in the split did pay their part off though now, so that's good. But I don't know if I'll be able to pay mine off early. We're a little bit, I think we're a little bit more than halfway through. I think it's paid off in August. So I've got April, May, June, July, August. Maybe it's paid off, must be paid off in July because I know I have 5 more payments left. Well, maybe not 4. I don't know. Anyway, and that's the body that my Lucy Wynn will get, and then I'll have 3 more floating heads. I think I had said in a previous video I would have 4. No, I will have 5 because I keep forgetting about the Snaring Allen head that I'm keeping. I do have the outfit left for that. I was going to keep the, I think the ears and the mask, or at least the ears. I was keeping the ears. Maybe also the mask. I don't know. I have to rethink about my plans. But the outfit, the whole outfit's completely for sale if you're looking. You can send me a message. And because it's on layaway, you can take some layaway to pay for it. Everything else is sold. So that's coming in eventually. And then I have the Nanulin. It was Fafner. Fafner is on layaway. I've only paid 1 payment on her since. That's really about it. I think because I didn't get my Pasha, I'm going to reach out to Ethereal A Creations about the outfit for my Elena. I've been working on designing that for quite a while, and I'm pretty happy with what I have. I actually have found fabric on Etsy that I want, and so I am going to message her and ask her if she would like me to buy it and how much I should buy, or if she wants me to tell her this is what I want and she's going to buy it. I don't know. So there's that. But I did finally change over my Twigling Elf Ingenue's eyes. Oh, and I'm waiting for my Lilac Ingenue version 2. I don't know when that's going to happen though, because I think the casters turned out it was a Russia. I think I had said they weren't, but they are. So there's an obvious problem there. Even though she had sent out emails saying that they were casting dolls, and they were going to start with the obsidian ones for the onyx. What she calls hers obsidian or onyx. It's the super dark, the darkest with the dark skin. It's black. And so they're going to start with those. So I don't know how that's going to go. I'm not one of those people who's like looking at the clock, it's going to be. And I'm still waiting for my dolls from illness. I'm probably going to touch base with her again because I think it's now been a couple months again. I haven't heard anything. It's going on 2 years. I might move. I don't want to be trying to worry about where they're going to go if I'm in the middle of a move. I don't think I'm going to move now right away. Like, I found a house, and I drove out there, and it's like the one spot on this whole street that I have 5G service. No place else, just where the house is. So I'm like, okay, so get 5G, 40 acres, it's already fenced, it's all mobile. I don't really want to move back into a mobile. I'm like spoiled now that I've lived in like a nice stick-built house. And there's not a tree on that piece of property, not one. But I think, I really picked the house out for the cows. And he said it wasn't enough acreage. I feel like he's lying to me about how many cows he has. And it's funny because I tend to do stuff like that about the balls, which he does not, we don't discuss them, so it's none of it. I was like, that's such a me thing to do that I feel like that's what he's doing. Because, if you're into really expensive hobbies, you have a tendency to play it down. And, I even hate to use the word lying, because if I felt you weren't going to freak out, I would just tell you. If you're going to freak out and make a big deal out of it, I'm probably not going to tell you. Especially if you're not somebody that's, intimately involved in my life. You're not helping me pay the bills. You don't know where the money's coming from. You don't even know everything. So, in theory, because we're going to get married, you think that I would need to know. And like I said, I'm not even that I'm not terribly freaked out about it. But I think he told me 17, so I know how people are. So I've been thinking in my head, plan for 27. Even if 17 is not an exaggerated number, we all know you start with this and you get this. It goes from here to this. It's something like this. And I found an app or a calculation online that showed how many cows you could have per acre. So we could have 19 on 40 comfortably without having to buy excess hay. So I was like, probably be fine. But I don't know. Because he's telling me 40 is nowhere near enough. I feel like there's way more cows. When I started to mean the cows or have enough. Yeah. Anyway. The cows are the livelihood, okay? I get it. They're part of the livelihood. But still. I don't love the cows. Anyhow. So, that's been my weekend. So all the things that, every time I do this, I'm like, everything has changed again. Welcome to my life. So anyway, but I've decided now that I'm going to not worry about it, and if he finds something he really likes, I'll look at it, but I'm not gonna, especially in the market right now, I feel like they're being crazy, because good luck. So anyway, so I tried the Chronic Art Doll eyes in my Xia Yu, and size-wise, they fit perfect. So I think what I really liked about those eyes, I did like the way the blue picked up with the pink and the teal in her dress, but the ones from Lenny were just perfect doll. She was, of course, accustomed to the doll, and also Lenny makes fantastic eyes. They're beautiful. But I had put them in, and the pupil, I was telling you, the pupil was big. I don't know, did I talk about this in this video? I don't know, because I've had to stop it twice now. So the thing that I liked about the Chronic Art Doll eyes, aside from the lighter color in her, was the smaller pupil. And I don't think about those things. So when I really started in dolls, and back when I used to buy a ton of eyes, because now I do customize, so I don't buy a ton of eyes anymore. It's I buy one or two at a time. I'm telling you, I got everything in 16 to 18. I don't know why. I have a couple 18mm eyes. I'm like, what doll did I ever have this in? I had it in something. And I think it's because the aesthetic back then was more geared toward anime, so they all had these big, huge eyes, the iris filled the whole eye socket. And now they're more realistic. which I really like in most of the art dolls. First of all, I think I got too big eyes for her. I don't know how I managed it. Because I always feel like I double check stuff, but I don't think I do. I think that I tend to procrastinate, not because I'm procrastinating, but because I can't decide what I want. And then when I do it, I'm like, just hurry up and send her a message because you've already made her wait a week while you're trying to decide how you want these eyes to look. And then I don't double check things because eyes seem big, but the pupil is a lot, or the iris is a lot bigger. I think it's iris. Pupil iris. Yeah, okay, yep. It's the iris. Is much bigger. So it kind of filled the space. So for a while I had both of the eyes in while I decided what I wanted to do. And it wasn't that I wasn't going to use those eyes for her, but my option was I was going to reach out to Lenny and say, hey, can I have another pair done, but just I like the pupil smaller. The iris smaller. I'm sorry. I'm a ding dong. I'll just buy another pair of eyes. But the bigger iris kind of looked cool because she looks not human at all with it. So I switched them both out, and then I tried the Chronic Art doll eyes in my Xia Yu, and they are a great size, but I did not like the color on her because I finally figured out what I'm going to do with her, but I'll show you guys that in a minute. So, this lady's being kicky, and I've got to get a tool to pull the string for the head because her head is just, I need to turn the, you turn the little hook so it's in there. It's not. And while I was trying to get her faceplate off, I almost dropped the head off of her. I mean, it's okay unless it just happens to turn the right angle and then it's going to fall off. But so here she is. Let me try to stay out of the light, which I'm not very good at. With those candy kitten eyes in both of them. So I figured also what I had done was I had just put them in and left them sort of middle of the road staring. Tater, do not bother that cat. And, oh, there's her head. See, this is how her head falls off. We're all yelling at Tater, nobody's paying attention. And then when I pushed them up, she does have a teeny tiny little pupil in there. It looked better, but she's pretty much done. I kind of wanted to get her some horns, like antlers, because she's very, Celtic to me. I just thought that would look great. And then also, I'm like struggling with the wig, like it falls off. And I actually found this place that she'd made for the ears. And then once I sat that in, it's better. It's a little high on her head still. I've been messing with it, but not, see, it seems like it's too far back to me still, but I don't know. Let me turn on the light and see if it makes it easier for you to see the eyes. This camera hates to focus up close, so I hate to put anything too close. Ah, there goes the head in. She wants to fall off. It's giving me so much tension. But those eyes are gorgeous. I mean, it's just all so beautiful. Like every time I take her out, I'm like, look at this doll. She's gorgeous. Squirrel? Squirrel! You guys stop bothering my cat. And this is my day every day, all day. She just came out fantastic. So I do want to put the wig is way too far back. Well, see, now it just kind of pops forward. I've got to find something to hold it on. Either I need to get her a wig cap or just put like a little bit of silicone. I need to get the silicone earplugs. I've been using the blue tack and I don't really like it. I have never had the discoloring issue that I've heard people talk about, but I worry about it. So anyway, so there she is. I want to get her a necklace. I think that's like the only thing she's lacking. I had thought about the antlers, which are still a thought, but aren't a necessity. I just think she's amazing. And she came out amazing, and I'm very excited for my next Twigling. I did realize the other day I was watching a little video that Site had put up of her doll, and I thought it was a lilac gamine, but it was Lilac Ingenue, and because I was thinking that doll was so amazingly stunning. And that's what I'm getting. I just can't wait, and I can't wait to get her. So anyway, so that's how her eyes came out. I think they're great. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with those Chronic Art doll eyes because I do love them. I really very, very taken with them. but I'm not sure who they're going to go to. I was really feeling good about them fitting the Xia Yu, which they do fit. The color, I could just tell right away was wrong. So I don't know. I have to see. They're very small eyes. Maybe my other Twigling, because that doll is going to be a fairy. So, and I like that rainbow color. So maybe that. Would you like to sit up in that? Very good. She's actually being pretty well behaved. So then, because I was doing these things with dolls, I took the Xia Yu out to see if the eye could fit, and then I put the hat I got from, oh my god, I have it all over the place again, Lover of Roses. Oh, look how fantastic it looks on her. So she's going to be a witch. And I was trying to decide if she was going to be like a fairy or a demon, but witch, it fits perfect. Like, it was made for her, so I'm kind of bummed that I stole it from my Boots girl, but look at this. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I'm probably going to turn the light off because it really washes her out. She'll be another one of my traditional witches, but it just looks amazing. I'm super excited now. I had wanted to get her in with Nocturne Doll, and I totally spaced that she was opening slots, but she's doing a wait list now, so I'm going to get put on that. And I think I'm going to do her as a very... Tater! Don't bother the cat. Do not. Don't. See how he's looking at me like, are you talking to me? Yes, I've been yelling at you for this all day. So I think I'm going to do like a very kind of serious gothy, which I wanted to do with her anyway. So I think she'll have like black lipstick and the orange and black face up, but with more of a kind of serious look. I think I might even do her the angry eyebrows, the drawn down eyebrows on her. And I'm going to style her kind of after Coven, American Horror Story Coven's witches, and even a little bit after the Craft witches. You know, I mean, obviously she's going to be a little bit more traditional. There'll be a tiny little bit of my favorite practical magic in there too. But I just was so taken with the way this hat looks on her that I think actually I had her in her little tin sitting in the case, because the tin is also cute. But I think I'm going to put the head on top of the tin with this hat on, because look at this. It's just perfection. I mean, she's going to be so cute. So, mystery solved with her. And that's it. That's all I got to say. I haven't stocked my horns lately. Amanda, she's so... Like, I had so much... Because my daughter was going to Disneyland, there was a lot of confusion with the PayPal account. So when I use PayPal, because it's her name, I send my daughter money and then transfer it to the PayPal account. And so it goes through her bank account. And so my personal feeling is she thought it was hers because she couldn't find it. And fortunately, Amanda messaged me because I thought it had already gone through. And then my daughter's like, no, you didn't send it to me. I'm like, yes, I did. And so I was able to show her when it was sent. And then it's like, oh, I found it. But I mean, this whole took like a week, like for me to even notice. And then for her to, because my daughter is a little weird with money. Well, I mean, I guess she should be glad. She's better with money than I am, but she's meticulous. She has to check everything. So she checked everything. And then, anyway, I kind of delayed the payment. I felt bad. And so then she was like, I'm sorry, I might not be able to take it out right away because I don't feel good. I'm like, take your time. Don't worry about me. And then she still got it out like right away. So, yeah. I really want to get a unicorn horn from her for my Elena. I'm probably going to focus on her quite a bit. For this girl right here now. She got me. Look how small this head is too. I don't know if I can pull this off, but I had the head out. I was doing stuff for the head. And then I had my Twigling. And the difference, now granted my Twigling is one of my bigger dolls, but the difference in the size of these heads together. It's a tiny little SD head. Very small. So, anyway. So that's all there is. That's all there is. So I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you're having a great week. Hope you're having a good dolly day. And I will talk to you later. Thanks.